Welcome. It's Super Science Boxes, number 11, brand new term, term 3, 2015. And we're using science this time. We're using science to construct knowledge through thinking and observation. That's what we're going to get the kids to do, thinking and observation. And they'll learn some stuff. Chemistry is a bit tough. Chemistry is basically we're mixing things together, mixing different materials together and see what happens. Sometimes you get a reaction, sometimes nothing happens at all. But it'll be fun doing what we do. All right, so we're doing plastics, looking at polymers through PVA glue. So you get PVA glue. I'll just run through it really quickly. And this is going to be enough. We got 2 of these. So we're looking at about 30 kids. So you're going to fill it up, each one. So you get a nice little top, and you squirt it in here. It helps if it's a little bit warm. So you squirt it in. Might want to do this beforehand. You get a kid to do it just up to the little line. So I marked a little line on each one of these. And we can talk about what are plastics. I mean, it's a very controversial kind of topic for kids and adults, for anybody, for looking at the environment and how plastics are formed. Fossil fuels, there's a lot in it. But for the chemistry part of it, we're looking at monomers and polymers, which some kids will get, some kids won't get. But the glue is just lots of little pieces, and then when you add the borax as a catalyst or a polymerization, it joins all the little pieces together, or the molecules, and makes one big one. So we'll do that. Right, so you get a little bit of glue. 8 mil, looks like 8 mil. So should be two of these, and enough for 15 kids each one, more or less. Then 2 of these little scoops of water. Throw some scoops in there, and you stir it. Oh, a little bit of food coloring. It's always good. If you mix it up. I'm only going to put 1 little drop in here. Dun, da, da. Okay, and stir it. And as if you've done these kind of things for the kids love this stuff. Again, and you can go. These cups are not plastic. They are made out of it's a bioplastic, so they call it plastic. But corn starch. They are made of corn, and just to keep things more environmentally sound. Mix that up, that's all you need to do. And then, this time, with the borax is in the little bottle. So the crystals are in there. All you have to do is add warm water, make sure it's warm, and then you have to shake it. Give it to a student to shake, probably for at least a minute, so you can hold it up and you can see there's no more crystals in there. And when this is stirred, give them a good little time and look at it. Okay, so you can see there's white on the bottom. You got to make sure it's all kind of together and stirred up, one color. And then this is already made up for you. All you have to do is add the warm water. You can redo it when you're ready. And the squirters. Okay. So this gives 1 full squirt if you squirt it, and then into there, and that's all it is. 1 per person should do it. Then you stir it again. Takes just a little bit, and it's fun. And it starts immediately. So that is the plastic for PVA, and it's so fun. The kids will squish it and play with it. It gives off a little bit of water, and it happens pretty instantly. So you just made a polymer. It's taking a lot of little bits and making them into one big bit. And we'll do the modeling with. I do the modeling with Play-Doh. I can go right into that. So and they can put it in the little bags. Oh yeah. And then when the kids are done, you can put it in a little bit of on a paper towel to dry it off a little bit. The kids can play with it. It's pretty fun. Take it home. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Probably get themselves in trouble. So then you can put it in the bag, put the name in the bag, and the kids can take it home and show people. And you can take it out and play with it. And it hardens when you can make it into a shape, and then it turns hard. So what I do with the Play-Doh, if you have time, if you want to carry on with this, so it's also in the kids' video. So these are your elements. What I do is get the kids to make lots of little balls, and they put together things like this. So everybody can make one. And Play-Doh is so engaging. Play-Doh is like the funnest thing. I can include a little recipe on Play-Doh also. This will be the monomer. And everybody makes a monomer. And then when you, here I'll show you, and then you put it all together and you make a big chain. And this turns out to be the polymer. So I represent it as, these are the glue. You know, when you have the glue's all kind of wet and drippy and sloshy. And these things are all single by themselves, mixing around inside the glue. And then when you add the borax, they all whoosh, and they link together and they make a big long chain. And once you have a chain, you get this, and that's the polymers. And oh yeah, there's some really good, what else I was going to say? Oh yeah, this is really good for number in maths. You know, when you create and continue spatial patterns. Oh my gosh, it's just, that really fits in well with a level 2 math, mathematics standards. Also in number. Well, that is the number. In geometry, represent and describe symmetry. This is really good for symmetry too. And you know, these could be represented as carbon in the middle and hydrogen in the top. Level 2, it's really good for, and the science capability is what the interpreting representations. So this is how do you represent a polymer, and then you know it's that's more, it's fairly advanced, but you have to say, see if the kids can actually tell you how a monomer, so single bits, form together to make a chain, and that's a polymer. And nature of science is communicating in science. It's really good how they can communicate using different vocabularies. And then there's writing. There's a writing thing too, where you can, looking at language features, I would say oral, written, and visual language features to create meaning and effect, which is pretty good. Comes right out of the curriculum. So that's polymers. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Bye.